Year, year, year. What's up, everybody? Not doing the best right now, but I'm sick and tired of not doing enough or not doing the right things. I'm ready to do it. I'm just frustrated with everything. But I hope you guys are doing great, because I was, I am, and I still will be, but I'm just frustrated with the way I'm conducting things right now. I feel like a lot of people are sick of my shit. I'm sick of my shit too. I have to be better about doing the things that I actually say I'm gonna do. Yep. What do I have to pick up?
This bodybuilder is in deep trouble, and his fans are seriously worried. Remember when he was all beefed up like a brown bear and chowing down on burgers? Now he eats just watermelons, apples, and he's lost a ton of muscle. His skin's looking rough too, and people are legit concerned. But wait, it gets weirder. Lately, he's been acting off, saying all kinds of crazy stuff.
I haven't used deodorant in a year. I ain't used the Colgate toothpaste in a year.
It's like he's a different person now, and people are starting to wonder if steroids have finally affected his mental health. So, what's going on with Cali Muscle, and why does his skin look so terrible?
Ain't nothing wrong with my skin. I'm just another type B.
Cali Muscle used to be known for his jacked physique despite living on a diet of burgers, fried chicken, and pizza. His secret? Hitting the gym hard and being upfront about using steroids. He thought he was invincible until 2021 hit him hard. A massive heart attack at 47 woke him up to the damage from his greasy, sodium-packed diet and PED abuse.
When you face death, you look at life different. Like, vote for what?
Since then, he's done a total 180. The rumor has it he might have gone a bit too far.
We ain't on no TRT. We ain't on no pre-workout. We on that on no testosterone. He ain't even on no food right now or no water.
First, he swore off PEDs. Then he stopped taking protein supplements. And finally, he quit eating meat. Now he's all about fruits and veg.
So you don't got 3 years for this.
Undergoing what's being dubbed the world's most painful operation. Jefferson blew a whopping $175,000 on leg lengthening surgery for aesthetic reasons to help transform his 5'8" frame to 6 foot. The operation involves breaking the legs, implanting magnetic rods, and using a remote control to stretch them out over several months, taking Jefferson away from the gym. Pre-surgery, the influencer was a fitness fanatic, dedicated their time to weight training, including dumbbell curls and tricep pull-downs into his routine. But now, weighing on crutches, his exercise looks slightly different. Walking with crutches is a workout in itself. According to I Walk Free, walking with crutches requires a lot of upper body strength and burns more calories than walking without crutches does. His surgeon assured him that he would be able to walk, exercise, and jump as normal after the procedure, though. So, not long after the surgery, the influencer underwent physiotherapy in order to ensure he will be able to walk again, whilst being held up by rope and a harness. And in pain, Jefferson takes small steps on a track with the help of a physiotherapist. And fans took to the comment section to
switch to Fios Home Internet and save on entertainment you love. Only on Verizon.
share their concern for his future. Brother, after 10 years, you will see the damage, one said. The star was determined to get back to full health, though, and has since been spotted months later walking without his crutches. And it looks like the influencer, who takes a lot of pride in how his body looks, is able to start hitting the gym like he used to.
Join me as I sell my mustache on the internet for the third time. First things first, gotta shave this bad boy off and collect every hair. Next up, get a high quality portrait that is scaled to size of my face, and then prepare for reassembly. The mustache market is, well, it doesn't exist except for me. Supply and demand, Anyway, next up, I lay down a thin cloth that allows me to secure every hair individually with glue. A very tedious process. Once that's complete.
Texting is better between Android and iPhone. Just heart react.
Really?
Yeah, babe.
Done. Let it dry, do a bit of trimming and a little bit of reshaping, and boom, you can now buy and own my literal mustache.
Hey, excuse me, man. Your car is incredible. What do you do for a living?
Thanks, man. I actually make running videos for a living and triple G.
Oh, I can see that, man. That's great. Are you actually fast though, or is this all talk?
On anything you say.
Underneath this elephant probably isn't the safest place to be, but I want a go. Oh, I'm now gonna get into my 10 most disgusting stunts ever. This is the. This one requires a little bit of explanation. I couldn't even smell anything coming through that hose, but the mere idea of it being disgusting was enough to make me. As a matter of fact, we had to shoot this one twice because before we even got started the first try, I just have a very active imagination.
Gives you wings.
I came up with an idea to shoot in every single state between Florida and California. He would fly out a production crew to follow me for the whole drive. In a bag, I threw it at the van that was driving behind and literally got it all over that van. It was the most accurate throw ever. But I'm not even counting that as a disgusting stunt. That was just on the way to go eat roadkill. I thought it was gross, but if you think about it, it was really just.
Switch to Fios Home Internet and get 5 of the best streaming services, all for just $20 per month, only on Verizon.
Cooked food. But with me in my head, there was a definite aroma. Our next one is undeniably disgusting. Preston Lacey, all wrapped up in like saran wrap or something to catch his sweat, and I'm gonna drink a shot of it. I think before the shot glass even made it to my lip. Sweatsuit comfortable. At the end of the first Jackass movie, Bam said, "Didn't you drink wine off a dude's?" I drank wine off a dude's. No, I drank through a dude's hairy.
Want to know a hack that I use to save time and money on groceries to make these shrimp tacos? Well, today, baby, I've ordered groceries from DoorDash using Dash Pass. With Dash Pass, I get.
I don't even count this one, but that reminds me of being in India and the guy with the Guinness World Record longest fingernails. We poured down them. That made me. Fingernails? All right, maybe it's pretty gross. That happened in India, as well as the next 2 items
Yep.
on our most disgusting list, starting with beginning.
Forgot the light down there, too. What's up, Wesley? You got set it up? 6 months ago. But I'm gonna go down there and look.
Your next opponent is supposedly. Yeah, sure, guys, put him up like that. I'll put him up. I don't want to take your phone to see your nasty porn. Let's see what we got here. So this is your next opponent. Okay. Yep. Maybe third, maybe. I never seen this real one. Oh, I'm trying to. I'll be right. Yeah, you got to see it. All right. Stay with this stat. 6'4", he's fucking taller than you. He's 146 pounds. Reach is 78. He's not a good. It's not a good. He's 1'8", streaky. Okay. It's still promising a little bit. It's boxing. I'm just supposed to. Okay. Yeah. See, look. You're gonna see it. I'm not sure about the. I don't know what it's here. Yeah, this is where the beat started. And he's talking. No offense to that old man, but he's in a. Just watch it. I saw this. Just watch it. Let's get jabbed by him. Wait. Oh shit. Yeah, you still think you're gonna do something? Hey, that old man's throwing heat. You don't throw heat, dog. What? You throw it. Ice this old man. Hey, look. You think he's gonna beat me? But you see how he has space between him and his opponent? Yeah. Right? He's not running after him like you do. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you think, you feel comfortable having that fight like no, I'm not asking you a question after this. Alright, that feeling through is little bitch. Oh, you saw that feeling through a bitch. You're gonna see that not thing. I'm gonna beat you right now. I beat the fuck out of that feeling. You all saw it. I don't realize how funny this fight was. Fight, oh, that was. Good job. Listen, no, he was a bitch. No, he was a bitch. No. And your opinion. I'm gonna bring it back to next time. If I fought this dude, boxing match, who won? Can't open it. What about you, man? The problem is he's more technical than you are. Yeah, I got more power. I mean, but hey, stop. My job here is to. I think if you fight him in MMA, I think you move around. You do what you do best. That you run across, you jump across the board, use that cow jump, and just let it ring. I agree with it. You're definitely scrappier, and I agree with Michael. You can't overlook anybody. So, Godspeed, and I think the biggest thing is that you run and you say you don't want to get taken down or grappled, but you run and you took across the void. You gotta use the void like Izzy out of sign there. He moves, he hits, he pops. So you gotta develop a style where when you're moving, you're just popping, you're trying to play tag. You're gonna play tag if you can. You're playing tag. It's like you're it. Oh, I don't want to get touched, right? So you move. You're it. Oh, you're it. That's what you gotta do with the draw. Does that make sense? Yeah. Do you have any other questions for me as you watch these other fights? Are you good? You feel confident now? But no, I just wanted to answer, making Michael, who would win me or that guy. You guys, you guys. If you train or come on to you, Dustin. Come on, man. We want to make sure we watch a little bit of Illuminati State. That's your next opponent. Now, when you're out here, we gotta use what you learn out here. You learn from Professor John. You learn from me. So we still got a lot of fucking work. I was got a lot of fucking work to do. So we're gonna focus on on the feet and trying to land some combinations. And we don't want this to end up like that. Like the next time you play, we want to make sure you excel and you succeed. So no more bullshit. Lock the fuck in. Yes, sir. Let's finish this art and this journey together. Hopefully you get your first W. When we take for life. Yeah. I didn't come from a reason. I came to practice. I gotta go back to my home, train, and I'll beat the fuck out of Duck Comanche's ass. God damn it, I have my work cut out for me, ladies. Listen, you guys asked for this, and we delivered. On the next episode of Trademark with Death Sentence. Ilya Taporia moving up to lightweight. If he does fight, and then you're like, hey, you have this battle tournament, he's winning. in general, man, watching it from afar, seeing the work you're doing, you know, you always got the support and fandom from SC. That's enough for you. I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that you're fighting in your ring with Ariana Mendes of this event. Is that going to give you any extra boost of confidence knowing that you got some hometown backing in your corner that you bro, from my younger team and people like Ari, they're really inspired me to keep going in many ways where they either push me or push the pace at practice, you know. I got tons of talent here to work with from stand up to groundwork, you know, got guys like Terrence McKinney and other UFC guys, and, you know, it's never been a problem, and definitely having her there is gonna be a joy to watch her. I think did you connect to a car or something? Can't wait for you to call. Yeah. You guys. What's going on? What's going on, fellas? How we doing? Doing great, man. Good last couple times now. Camp is afoot. You got the title shot. I have an undefeated record on the line, gold on the line against any type of opponent. It's been something we've been talking about in the lead ups to just like the boys and for a while. Months to go on the horizon. I think we can feel it in the real world. Was that like you said? How am I feeling? I think we can feel in the real world right now. It feels good, man. Mind's right, the body's right, thankfully. Healthy as can be.
That was sad.
Healthy as can be. I'm always grateful for these days. You know what I mean? You know, everything just feels on course and right where it's supposed to be. You know, speaking of that, obviously, this feeling in your world right now. I think it's pretty fun. It feels good, man. Mind's right, the body's right, thankfully. Healthy as can be. I'm always grateful for these days. You know what I mean? You know, everything just feels on course and right where it's supposed to be. You know, speaking of that, obviously, this fight has been something you and I have talked about for a while. We've always talked about for a while. Struggled, reasons that he's had to, delay it, and he's had to delay it. You know, just realize we're close to within a month. No, and like I said, man, it feels good. It feels like this fight was always meant to happen. Years and years in the making, when people didn't even know it was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, it was slated at first, like you said, in January. Shit happened on both ends for us, and then I just think it honestly made it just a bigger matchup for everybody involved. Me, the party, you guys, just bigger lead up and the bigger story to tell about. Yeah, the stories are building up. Now, where do you see your strength against the party?
I really see my strengths everywhere, man. Try to keep myself humble, right? It's just everywhere. I think I'm just a mental overall fighter. I got nothing but respect for the guy. He's a very fierce competitor. He's you talk about every single fighter is either a fighter, an athlete, or a martial artist. He's definitely a fighter to his core. You know, he likes to drag people into these dog fights and stuff like that, but you know, he's showing his prowess time and time again at Plymouth, man. But I'm looking to give him his first O there. And, I just think I'm too much everywhere. Striking's on point, it's dialed in. I know exactly where I am. Every single step I take in that canvas. My grappling is perfect these days, man. My takedown defense, my takedown offense is quick and sharp. Clinch is deadly. And it's bulletproof. So I really do think across the board, I'm just too good. So, you know, safe to say that the fact that this
Mike, these ones are for you.
already, obviously, he has a thing that real that I think for the caliber of opponents that I himself and be actually ready to take on a real fighter that's actually won and proven himself. Most of the guys I have on my record have either touched the UFC or been in the Dana White contender series or filmed the UFC with the picture. So, we'll see what happens. Just tune in, buy your ticket, get your Valdina shirt, chant, get wild, blow the place up because I'm coming to kick his ass. So I hope you guys are going to be very, very loud. If I have any party fans in the building, just go fucking nuts, scream party a million times, and I'll be there afterwards to have a beer with everyone, okay? Yeah, party. It's cool. You know, the news is the end of the tree because, you know, I never too far, but I think, yeah, it gotta be 2022 or 2023. But might have been 23, but then I went on that crazy hiatus and went on the game rest. I think I'm in the same predicament that I was last time. One had a big question, had a lot of questions. I think I might have been coming off of a loss or 2 losses or some shit. And I feel like people don't take me serious. I think Andrew definitely knows to take me serious. He's been inside the training room, even though it was an easy day. He knows the level of competitor, the level of a person I am, a fighter. You know what I mean? He knows that I'm coming. I think there's only questions about my durability and everything because I'm not a fight. Like I said, it's not my fault that I take fights. You know what I mean? Like the way I do, but it's part of the game, bro. And I live and I learn. I learned on the job, and like I said, I've fought the best. And sometimes when you fight the best, you're gonna lose. I'm proud to say that I fought the best that has knocked on my door. So it is what it is. I don't know what's gonna happen after this fight. If I'm gonna fire King. You never know, man. There's still some other guys I think I want to fight in New England. There's not really any other guys besides one or two guys, maybe guys. We'll see afterwards. 38 years young, you got a head, and move on to the next. I wanted to circle back. You were before we lost it, you were headphones there. You were briefly touching on your opinion of your teammate Ari's fight in the co-main event, and then we kind of lost you. Other than highway, mobile, so you cut off. I think that Ari is I think Ari and her are some of the more some of the more polished fighters, I think.
in the nation, probably, and who knows, globally, as far as I know. But they're really tough, and I don't really excited that her first successful title. It's a really big deal to a fighter, you know, to really step up there for 5 rounds in a really prolonged fight. And she wants it really bad, and she wants to take it away from Hillary. Like I said before, I think in the past I told Ari to fight Hillary because I know Hillary has the name clout. But that was a few years ago before Ari had a big days. I feel like she's just polished even more and gritty, and she's gonna do the best. And I think she's really gonna put a lot of eyes on her. And hopefully Dana White gives her a call afterwards, or somewhere else calls her because she's one of the most talented women that I've gotten to train with on the mat.
Oh, let's see here.
Yeah. You guys.
Crucifixion of St. Peter.
With you being 5-0, 5-0 yourself, inside this. So, with Ariana Melendez, we had an amateur fighter come up with you guys as well, Mario and Pascal. You guys actually, as a team, were undefeated at this time. Yeah, that's what I don't think I.
No, I think Karen's the only one that beat us. He beat Diego that one time.
That was a close decision as well. Yeah, so. We're going to talk for another day. But either way, I'm excited to be back, representing Coach Titans and bring the title back to town. My last question for you, and maybe we can talk about that.
No, I gotta talk to you about it. I need some help, man. I have to recruit some fucking a marching band or some shit. I don't fucking know. Anyone that's listening to this that's in like the MMA community, if anyone has any connections in Plymouth with like the fired fucking fighter, do a cool pop, let me know. Or fucking dancers or anything. Let's get something popping. I don't like anything cheesy, so it's gotta be official. We gotta rock it out. Go there and fight for everyone. But I definitely want to make it memorable. A lot of things have happened to me recently in my life, and things have been changing a lot. And I do want to represent myself and the happiness and the joy that I have inside my spirit to really push me through this fight. I was gonna think about fighting this fight with a lot of aggression and pain and hate, which is something I usually am really easily able to like delve into. But I feel like I've reached a certain point where like it's got to be the certain opponent for me to fucking hate them and get that type of emotion out of me. Party that you guys haven't seen in a while. And there's nothing out he's gonna be stopping, I feel like he's gonna be ready, he's gonna be in shape, but I just feel like technically he's gonna falter. I don't know where he's gonna falter. I mean, there's so many guys that have given him trouble, so I don't even want to really talk shit about the guy. He knows where he needs to what he needs to do, and I know what I need to do, and I just think I'm that much better than Valdine at 38. I think I'm still better than most of them. If you're around that MMA community and know anyone that want to help with the walkout, want to do something cool, reach out to Mike, reach out to me, reach out to Andy, and make something happen, Fuck it, get a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing going on there. Let me know what's up. The party's here for the kids. The party's here forever. Party 24/7. The party's undefeated in New England. The best there is, the best there was. I hope everyone remembers all the party life because I'm definitely giving it my all.
It's certainly memorable already, and someone's going to call ourselves a mariachi band for the clock.
Yeah, if anyone has any mariachi or maybe some like Brazilian, what's it called, dancers, like what's that shit, like in that movie Rio? The carnival. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone got some chicks and feathers and want to help promote, get your company on there. Let's pop the mic. Let's promote your dancers. You know, out there. You know, I don't know. We'll see what's up. Maybe we'll get a pro wrestler in there. Who knows?
Listen, buddy, you know, I've been doing that since 2010, man. You know, obviously, there's a lot of memories. Thanks for doing, you know, our run together with you. It's something that I'll always cherish and I'll always remember, man. Party with clothes. So I appreciate it. I'm excited to see you back in town. May 24th, man. See you soon.
Well, I just want to give a special shout out and a big thank you to Mike. He knows what he's always done for me. He's helped me out so much outside of fighting and inside of fighting. You know, yeah, like for me, um, the way we had to get it handled with many different ways. I love Mike for that. People don't know. People just think that Mike is a promoter, but he's a fighter first. He's a friend, and in a different life, I fucking live probably somewhere, close to Mike, and we'd be really good friends. But unfortunately, I'm a crazy fuck. I live in Florida, and I love him so much, man. He's giving me, even USA Today or whatever wrote that article about me like 2, 3 years ago. I even had the Ultimate Fighter try to me personally, one of the producers to audition for the show, that I fucked that up. Audition, and Mike's a part of that. Mike's always been a part of my career. So whenever you guys see me, I think people really see the cage time guy. That's the party, they see the cage time 135-pound champ. That's what they recognize me. I love Mike for that. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank him and his wife Shelly, and I love Andy too. But thank you so much, Mike, for the memories. And May 24th, I'll give you another one, right?
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. I can't wait.
Love you guys. I'll see you later.
I'm just going to a show party. Those two. Or Valdez, it's been his career and how confident party is and vacation. Accumulated since his last endeavor. Yeah. That much more excited to make them than it was when it came to fruition after one of those two chatted out with. Thank you guys for sticking with it. It's always tough when we do call-ins, and just to kind of, I've said it before, but what happens is we're hardwired, and then when we have callers, something wacky on. Sometimes it's very spotty. Sometimes it's their service. So I do apologize. We do our best when we have these guys call me. You can see, like here, no issue with the Wi-Fi. Like we're hardwired. Once we start bringing in callers and bringing in more people, the program starts fighting what system we're using. So that's kind of give you an update on that. Thank you guys. And Andy was, I was stoked for this fight. Before stoked for this fight. I'm close. Saw the importance of this matchup, and both had opportunities to take up fights, and they said no. I'm waiting for this. That's the fight that New England wants. That's the fight that Kansas wants. So we got Party fans, we got fans in the comments. I won't go through all of them. Zach, my son, who's sick. What's wrong with this kid? I'll say it for everybody. We don't know what's wrong. Control.
Ti prenderò! Va bene.
Stop to me, they're like, because I know him, so it makes me laugh when I hear it. This is all normal people. So it's just like,
There must be more to this.
doesn't bother us. I just ignore it. Yes. It's gonna be a couple times a night.
Oh, I appreciate the party. I appreciate dinner. I'm not acceptable to these guys. So many times I'm not gonna cry. So many times over the years when I see two guys say things. I don't let it cloud the fact that
Mossa notevole, Pucci.
most fights in this size history. The mind, the thought, help me prepare for my fights. And as much as it means to me, it's like, yo, you got to I can't help you when you keep saying poison. So, you know, whatever some friends, I feel the same way about these two guys. They wanted to go party.
Maybe I could learn something from this.
And he's gone on and catapulted. He's thank you so many times, but he's out catapulting them to use other opportunities to get better. And it's like it's undermines the most right characters, and that's kind of why he was away from it.
Cosa?
Having seen the communicate things and
Hell of a drop.
his ability to set the heart up. You must fight. You know, even like lead up that. This guy's just not.
Time to shine.
In the Valdina, listen, I can talk to him blue in the face. I've been around close guys. I know what the intensity is.
What's this? A whole army?
Memorial planes into the Gladiator Coliseum. He's around. Yeah, they're both at some stages of their career where it adds to the story of their talents that they just it's taking place over in the guns and the states of defeat of the professional memorial hall. Somebody's all has to go. This is, and again, the it's from hosting about here in the commentary booth, the hosting party to New England from Florida. There's just there's a certain
What's this? How did Ventura get the Swiss Guard out of the picture?
Really? Really? What is it? That's some good shit, Heartbreak. Proud of you, bro. Shoot, that's fast. Congrats, man. Wow. Dude, that's the way to go. Practice like you want. Oh no. I'm not allowed to be here?
È sparita la lettera. Che fine ha fatto?
Let me see here.
You have to buy it.
Camera is yours. And tell Antonio that I still think he is a lousy cheat.
Thanks, Ernesto.
You should try your new
How you been? Mindset. That's like crazy.
Devi andare un po' più in alto.
Padre.
Keep up the good work, sir.
Tieni la mano ferma. Salve.
Peace be with you, ma'am.
La terra si lavora bene.
What are you doing up here, kitty?
Allora, un fascista e un nazista entrano in un bar. Uno potrebbe sentire.
Ehi là, padre.
Greetings, father.
Posso dipingere senza pennello? Ecco, lì intorno.
What
Ho
am I supposed
un
to do?
sacco da fare. Padre,
The Lord be with you, ma'am. Gotta get a better view. That's one inscription.
Buongiorno.
Blessed day.
Hey, you smacked me, bro. Nobody smacked you, bro. What smacked you? You did it? What smacked you? Sages claims that this treatment was because Johnson slapped his hand, but the woman's not clearly caught when his body came. Well, you know what's going on? It's sports and
Buongiorno, padre.
you're not doing shit.
God bless
He's
you.
waiting for me to get from the store, right? It's definitely just keep something right here and choking and pushing. You see the he's gonna put his hand back. It's still in the wall and he's just saying that. Instead he's I just gotta figure out what's going on.
This guy would be an awful lot more helpful if he wasn't so aggressive, but he's exactly right. Johnson was simply waiting for him to arrive in this spot when he was approached by Dages and was exhibiting no suspicious behavior whatsoever. But in the conversation that followed, he accidentally reveals the true reason for this stop.
You looked at my name like 30 minutes ago, bro. Why am I still here? I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm being decent.
This angle's no good. That's not a good angle.
You really don't.
We're gonna need some more photos.
It's okay, bro. I already know what it is.
Dages agreeing to this almost seems like a joke. Even if this was a sarcastic comment, it speaks volumes that this is something he feels comfortable joking about. If the cops let it go at this point, all might have been forgiven. Johnson was understanding and the female officer was polite, but Dages decides he's not finished and moves in to arrest him.
You're being placed under arrest. Yeah. What's 241 feet? That's all right. Sir, it's... Bro, it's ready. Yeah. Bro, I may hit you, bro. Stop touching me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Assault, police officer, you know something, film, right? How far you think it's gonna go? Hope you don't shoot me in the back of the bar or some shit. Because you guys are officers. You're for sure corrupt.
He is searching Johnson, then sits him in the back of his patrol car before taking him away to be charged. He also allegedly lied on his police report, saying that he observed Johnson smoking and that he took a fighting stance when he was approached. But Johnson wouldn't stand for this and decided to sue the city of La Mesa and Dages himself, citing excessive force and wrongful arrest. Around a month into the lawsuit, La Mesa agreed to pay a sum of $125,000 to Johnson. None of this money would come out of Dages' pocket. He was swiftly fired from the La Mesa Police Department just 2 years after he joined.
That's close enough.
However, punched a black woman in the face, and the entire police department were just as bad. They were all caught fairly on camera. The police department were dispatched to a house party in Toledo, and they didn't seem violent or rowdy whatsoever. So when the cops decided to move in to arrest them seemingly at random, it raised serious alarm bells.
Sir, who's the owner I can talk to? Who lives here? Who lives here? We do. So it's him, and that's all.
Cos'era quel rumore?
Stay back.
The cops tells them that they're getting charges of failure to disperse. In the state of Ohio, this charge can only be given out when the suspect's presence creates a high likelihood of physical harm or public inconvenience. In this scenario, the cop is clearly just looking for a way to get the guests in cuffs.
Okay, I'll explain to you. I stood here and I told everybody to go in the house. Listen, you know, let me explain it. I stood here. I told everybody in here, either go in the house or leave. After I said that, nobody moved. I said you're going to jail. Nobody moved.
The precise reason that nobody moved might be difficult for this cop to comprehend, but it's actually because he never asked anyone to go inside the house. He simply asked who lived there and then started arresting people. It should also be noted that if this call was for public disturbance, commotion has increased dramatically since the police arrived, and it almost seems like they're the ones that caused it. But if you think the cops are about to stop there, you're dead wrong, as this officer decides to take out his weapon to threaten the residents.
Who wants to go? This is about to go. So listen, just go home. It's people go to jail and I'm out. You know, the further, I wonder how many stories you just like this thing up.
These snarky remarks from the cop are frankly terrifying, as he's essentially admitting he'd open fire on everyone here if he had the opportunity. He's drunk on power, and he's not the only one. Ashlyn Clough is also on the scene doing exactly the same thing, only her story ends in a violent manner.
tensions are clearly extremely high right now. However, what makes the following footage even crazier is that the girl we're about to meet is professional boxer O'Shea Jones, an Olympic-level athlete who should be respected and admired for her talents. Instead, she was assaulted. Simple. There's no way to justify this attack. O'Shea was surrounded by officers and restrained, and Ashlyn punched her for no reason other than anger and hatred. However, unlike the officer from before, it seems that Ashlyn had completely failed to consider the fact that every cop here was equipped with a body cam, and she was in plain view of all of them. But in a tragic twist of fate, prosecutors found this use of force to be justified. Was it that O'Shea was resisting arrest and the punch was a compliance technique? Instead, she was verbally reprimanded for her use of profanity in the incident, but received no criminal charges. There's no better example of racism than yelling racial slurs at a suspect, and that's what Officer Tim Garcia was caught doing on July 14th, 2018. The suspect, Dwayne Robinson, was allegedly getting aggressive and confrontational with mall patrons, using vulgar language and threatening them. After Robinson was asked to leave, he complied, but the guards continued to follow him, eventually detained him.
Indonesia, affascinante. Ho sempre voluto visitarla.
È solo per volontà del Signore che questo circo è stato. Well, Indy, did you bring me any photographic evidence of Father Crescenzo's imaginative claims?
To recap, Robinson has basically said that he was confused why security asked him to leave, but he complied until they started to get physical with him. He then asked them to alert police to try and work everything out. Turns out, this would be a huge mistake. The cop would soon turn out to be not just rude, but derogatory and insulting.
More like vandalism.
Question to you is, if they tell you to leave the ball, you don't leave the ball?
This figure is holding a sword.
But if they tell you,
Maybe it's a warrior.
okay, they don't have to tell you. They don't want you here? Not here. Okay. Okay, here's the deal. Now you get the argument with me. They won't put you in jail. I'll put you in jail.
This figure is taller than the others.
Like a
Get
giant.
your information, I get their information. Got the mic, you did criminal trespass.
Look closely. You see it? See the inscription?
Definitely ecclesiastical.
Could be an early representation of the Christian church.
After Robinson allegedly
Someone has
refused
carved
to hand over his
Latin
ID,
all over
the
his
cops decided to arrest him. At this point, they had decent reason for this. Robinson did refuse to leave the property when asked, and if Garcia is to be believed, he even took up an aggressive stance when he was asked to hand over his ID. But that's not the important part. That comes when Robinson is on the ground, cuffed and helpless, as the cops start to become more blunt and abusive.
Did not happen. The door of the fallen angel lies beneath his monument. What does that mean?
I see that. The crusade that did not happen. Dum diversas.
The papal bull.
Yes. After the fall of Constantinople, Pope Nicholas V tried to declare a crusade on the Ottomans, but...
It didn't happen. Nicholas V, his tower. That's his monument. Let's keep looking. The demon guards the way to the underworld, where the tomb of the warrior giant lies.
A demon? A fallen angel? Mother of God, the Father Crescenzo was on to something.
Maybe this giant's tomb lies underneath the Tower of Nicholas V.
Yes,
Police officers are supposed to do nothing other than
enter
protect
the
the public
underworld,
and
the one
de-escalate
leaves the
tense
blood
situations.
over the
But it
five
seems that
sacred
Garcia has
wounds.
absolutely no concern for his image whatsoever, as he decides to take it up a notch by using slurs and acting blatantly racist.
Look at the photo.
Like that. What he said right back. I don't.
Take a look, Indy.
4%. 3.4% sub-Saharan.
Go on, look at it.
Did the cop just say all of that completely unapologetically?
Closely.
He did it all right after acknowledging that he's happy to do it on camera just to prove a point. But he wasn't done yet.
You see it. Look at the photo. See the inscription? Look closely. Look at the photo.
The verbal abuse
see it.
should have been far more than enough. But once the cops got outside and close to their patrol cars, they decided it was also time to throw some physical abuse into the mix too, completely unwarranted.
See the inscription? Look closely. You see it.
If you think it's unusual that the cops are taking Robinson's shoes off, you'd be completely right. He's being arrested for trespassing,
You
not
see
a
it.
drug charge, not a weapons charge, and nothing dangerous whatsoever. Especially when you realize that the cops didn't even search his shoes and forced him to walk on a hot pavement in the middle of July, barefoot.
Look closely.
This all would have been over if you would have just you're a fixed
You see
fixed
it. You see it.
just didn't want to cooperate, man. You stand up, ready? 1, 2, 3.
See the inscription? Look closely.
Go in.
Robinson was brought back to jail on charges of trespassing and resisting. But it's what happened to the officers after the event that was so interesting and gives us a clear window into the corrupt insides of a police department. An investigation was, of course, launched into Garcia,
Look at the
and
photo.
Garcia's sergeant wrote that he thought a written reprimand would be the appropriate punishment. According to him, Garcia didn't use the word in a racist manner or directed at anyone. He
closely.
simply repeated the word back to Robinson. 2 lieutenants also reviewed the incident, and they concurred with the recommendation of a letter of reprimand. Thankfully, though, the deputy chief saw the footage and
Look,
believed
see
that
it.
the banter, escalation, and use of profanity was extremely unprofessional and forwarded the incident to internal affairs for a formal investigation. Eventually, the video made its way to the San Antonio
See the
police chief,
inscription?
who recommended an indefinite suspension for Garcia. He said it was by no means reprimandable conduct. This whole thing was as wrong as it can be. In a last-ditch effort to defend himself,
out, Garcia topped all his actions off with a final derogatory and insulting statement, claiming that all he did was use a similar language as a means of communicating his point, repeating his language back in order to speak a vernacular he would understand. In January of 2019, Garcia was indefinitely suspended from his role with the San Antonio Police Department.
See the inscription? You see it.
Cops have little to no room for error in their job, having to deal with life or death situations daily. But what happens when the cops mess up and accidentally arrest the wrong person? Starting with the controversial case of Patrick Mumford. Patrick was just getting back home when two officers confronted him, claiming there were warrants out for his arrest. What the cops didn't realize, though, is that the warrants were for a completely different man. This didn't seem to bother them. What's your name?
You see it.
We probably need to talk.
Look closely.
Patrick is justifiably nervous here after suddenly being confronted by multiple police officers, but still manages to give the cops his name. However, they decide that they don't believe him, and instead of asking for an ID or trying to confirm his identity in any way, they immediately decide to do this instead.
See the inscription?
I got it.
Look closely.
Your hand out now. Yeah. 3 seconds. Hold on. 3 seconds.
You see it. Look at the photo.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
See the inscription? Look closely.
It took just 38 seconds from the police making first contact to giving the order to tase him. According to the cops, Patrick was given numerous reasonable opportunities to comply with officers, but because of his resistance, they were left with no choice but to stun him. But even after being tased and detained, the cops still aren't finished roughing Patrick up.
He keeps reaching for his back.
Look closely. Look closely.
The cops tried to try and find whatever he was reaching for, assuming he was hiding a weapon of his own. But predictably, they find nothing other than his wallet. This would end up being a blessing for Patrick, though, as inside his wallet, the cops found his ID.
See the inscription?
Here's the deal, dude.
You see it.
You're not the one working for me. Here's the deal. When we ask you for ID because you look a lot like the person working, you give us ID. And when you start this whole fight and nonsense, dude, all you have to do is give me this.
You see it.
Remember, the cops never once asked for Patrick's ID during the initial interaction. In a later report, the cops also stated that they were worried he was reaching for a weapon when he was shuffling back in the car. So, do you think that would have been okay with him reaching into his back pocket for his wallet? He wasn't given any chance to correctly identify himself, but now the cop is patronizing him and saying he caught a case.
You see it. See the inscription? Look closely. Look at the photo.
Speaking of fights that got moved, we were supposed to get Jeff Neal versus Carlos this Saturday at UFC 314 in Miami. Unfortunately, Jeff Neal out. Well, now we know he's moving April 26th to fight Ian Machado Gary because Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill is off. Let us talk to the man himself.
about all this movement in his life
Look
and
at the
in the
photo.
division. There he is, the great Carlos Fuentes. Hello, Carlos. How are
Look
you?
closely.
Brother, feeling good. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's an honor being here with you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Everything good. My pleasure. Thank you for coming on.
You see it.
Steve, when did you find out about Jeff Neal being out of UFC 314?
Look
So on
closely.
Saturday, before they announced on UFC,
See the
they
inscription?
probably they called my manager and my manager sent me a message. Wow. And initially, were they trying to keep you on the card, or when you found out that he was off the card,
Look
did you know you were
closely.
being moved? First they said it's gonna try to find they would try to find somebody to fight in Miami, but if
You
not,
see it.
they're gonna think it's something
You see
really.
it.
All right. So what did you want? Did you want to stay? Were you bummed that you were moving up the card? 'Cause it's a big card for you and the team.
See the inscription?
You know what? Before they announced me against Ian Guerra, I was like, really excited to fight in Miami. I was really happy with that opportunity.